Hey everybody, welcome back. It's that time of the week again where we sit down and we watch the latest episode of The Walking Dead. Then I cut together the best of my reactions and then come on back for a bit of a geek out and review, more of a geek out thing afterwards. And if you've been watching and you've been paying attention and playing along at home, I literally just watched the episode 3 just right before this one. It came out yesterday, but I just finished watching it and I've never been more excited to not have to wait a week because after that 50 cal thing at the end, I gotta know where we're going with that. And like the previews show like maybe Carol possibly getting captured, so I need to know what's happening there. We got Saviors as prisoners at the hilltop. We got Mama Maggie. We got Daryl the murder machine happening now all of a sudden, and Rick's gonna have to deal with that. The loss of Morales, I did kind of wish they would have kept that around a little bit longer. I want to know what's going on with the prisoners. Still no Negan, no Father Gabriel. I hope they don't keep him out of too much of the season. I mean, some people complain about they don't like him and too much Negan, but like, that's killing it for me, and I want to see more Negan, so what the hell? But I do love this war storyline. I don't know if we'll get any closure to did Eric not die. I don't know what's going on there. I know what happened in the comics, but they've changed this, so I don't know what's happening here, and I want to know, because if you don't see someone die on screen, typically they aren't dead, but I don't know. It seemed kind of final. We'll find out. Aaron's got a baby now, baby Gracie, so that's kind of cool. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Carl is just like, oh, that's right, Carl's in college or something, and Michonne was working on Black Panther. It just occurred to me why we're not seeing any of them in the show right now, why they were left behind. Now it all makes sense. Anyways, really excited to see tonight, see what happens with the fight to get those guns, to see if Negan shows up, to see, what's going to happen. Rick's going to be on a chase, I guess, to stop a scout or something like that. I'm just, they kept it pretty vague in the trailers. I'm sure Ezekiel's fine, but he's going to be really distraught about the loss of people. I don't know who he lost either. It may be some of those major side players, so we'll find out. I'm going to find out in just a minute or two. Excited to do it. I'm getting a little bit of the post-vacation throat crud, so bear with me if I sound a little funky or if I have to clear my throat. That's how it goes. Those plane rides aren't always the best for your immune systems. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? We got Walking Dead to watch, so let's do it. Let's watch.
Fear not, young Master Henry. You will be brave. Because you are brave. What the hell? What? This is the only 50 cal buckets we got?
Got the rest in the pool. This is just to tear them up. We got at least...
Oh!
Hands up.
Shit.
Better the dead be my end than a desperate, meaningless foot soldier. Tell me, does Negan know your name?
Aren't me. Hell, look at that. You got them all killed, they're still following you. Take away that tiger. What's left? Just some meaningless con man in a costume. We're getting into something with wheels, and we're getting out of here. It's over, okay? You took your shot. It's over. Avoid the obvious symmetry.
Oh! Oh! Jerry!
I can tell you where the others are. Just let me live. They're hiding out, waiting for other saviors to show up.
Nice and slow. I'll borrow this for a second. Jerry, I can... Your Majesty. You don't need to call me that. Dude. Yes, I do. I asked you where your people are.
Lower your guns now!
Yago, please, man.
Joey just pooched you. Light him up!
Ooh.
You're behind me, Your Majesty. No. You were lying to us about your friends, huh?
Yeah, I was. Now we need to end this.
Okay. Walk away, lady.
You're not going anywhere with those guns.
Now, we are. They got someplace to be.
I've got your pal's ammo. How many bullets you got left after all those walkers?
Why don't you come at us and find out? We're right here. Honey, let's keep talking. We've got all the time in the world.
I mean, get under the...
Wendy, we have to get word to Rick. If they ferry those machine guns to the sanctuary.
We're not getting them to the sanctuary.
Oh, fucking hey! Ooh, ooh.
Hey. We got the guns. If I said. It's a guy who got
Yes! Okay, so there you go. Episode 4 of Walking Dead Shiva. I will say they did a great job of translating the comic with that, though. Only slightly different, but the actual part with Shiva, I mean, that was pretty spot on. The chemical zombies, very interesting. I don't know if that story's going anywhere. I thought we were going to get an homage to Return of the Living Dead Part 2, perhaps, there, with that version of Tarman, but no. But, I mean, still, you know, I was trying to read that barrel and see if it had any of the trioxin 231, I believe, but I could not make it out. So, I don't know. You guys will have to tell me in the comments. Of course, all the stuff with the king. What a great episode for King Ezekiel. That was really fascinating and just fantastic stuff. I just wish the crawl through all his people had been a bit more point of view, a bit more over the shoulder, maybe some smoke out there, something. I mean, I know, the show is what it is, but because there's something just amazing and just gripping to this idea of all these people that followed him, and now he's going through his own personal hell of them all still coming at him as the dead, and it's like living out what would probably be his worst nightmare coming true in front of his face. So, I mean, it's pretty effective as done, but it could have been done so much better. I caught the first few minutes of Talking Dead. I like that they referred to the guy that captured him as young Jeffrey Dahmer, but I totally got Napoleon Dynamite's brother out of that. So, and I kept waiting for Shiva to get him, but I was so much happier that it was Jerry, because I was like, where's Jerry? And then when they showed Carol inside, and the big dude comes walking down the hall yelling at the other guys, and it was just in silhouette, for a split second I thought, oh God, is Jerry a turncoat? Is he in there? I was like, what? But luckily not. Carol, as badass as always, except... those guys, weren't they hunkered down? Those last two, weren't they hunkered in front of that van, the Jeep thing? Because I'm thinking she could have just, crouched down or laid down and just shot them in the butts, basically. So, I don't know. Maybe I just misunderstood where they were taking cover. I loved the whole, they aren't getting the guns. And then it cuts to Daryl and Rick just chasing them down. And then Rick freaking Indiana Jones and that shit jumping right over. Like, you just kind of want him to, punch him across the face. But, stabbing is, I guess, the Walking Dead equivalent of the Indy punch. But that was really, really cool. I love when Carol plays Meek, and it totally tricks people every time. I love her plan that she brought in the zombies. One of the zombies kind of dipping in through that gate reminded me of Bud from Day of the Dead, but then I remembered they kind of already explicitly did that homage, so I don't think that was the case. I just kind of got that moment out of it. But yeah, dude, just another amazing and awesome episode. God, yeah, what else though? I think it was pretty well focused on the king. I guess we did have Maggie at the hilltop. Was that in this episode? Again, I watched those two episodes back to back, so... No, that was last week. So this was pretty much all the Ezekiel stuff. Yeah, those 50 cows, man, those things ain't no joke. They made short work of all that. And I knew right in the beginning, once I quickly realized it was a flashback to before the battle, I was like, oh God, they're all dead because we're seeing all of them with their families and stuff. I was like, oh, it's too good to be true. But anyways, glad Jerry's still there. Jerry had, as usual, some great lines. I love Jerry, which sucks for Jerry, because you know what happens on The Walking Dead when we as a people love somebody. However, he might be about to cross the line into Daryl territory where we as an audience love him so much that they can't kill him. I mean, I still hold true that it would be pretty awesome to kill Daryl off at some point, and it's not because I want him to be killed, but because it would be so shocking and unexpected at this point. But they'll do what they do. I completely understand their fears for not writing him off the show. Plus, he is still a pretty big draw for what's going on in the show itself. But yeah, man, just really, really good stuff. Great zombie stuff in this one tonight. Pretty cool savior stuff. Finally going to get some Negan next week, so yeah, that ought to be really cool. Back at the Sanctuary. Looks like kind of a Sanctuary episode, so that should be fascinating. But I'm all in. It was another great episode. This has been a fantastic season. The pace and the speed of everything going on, just mind-blowing, dude. I'm just loving the crap out of this. All right, but what about you guys? Did you dig tonight's episode? What was your favorite part? How do you feel about the Indiana Jones moment? All that kind of stuff. Can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments, so feel free. Geek out with me. Give me some fun reading to see what you guys have to say. And I'm sure I probably, maybe you pointed something out I didn't know about. It'd be cool. All right, other than that, you can click that thumbs up button. You can give me that good old thumb of encouragement. I do love being encouraged, sorry. And I guess I'm going to get out of here, go watch some more stuff, and I'll see you all later.